Donald Trump is not having the best day in court, or courts perhaps, because of course every week there's multiple trials that are moving forward, and we want to give you updates on a few of them. So the first has to do with the classified documents case. You forgot about that one, didn't you? Well, it's still proceeding and it may even go to trial, although it's not guaranteed at this point. Aileen Cannon, the judge overseeing the case, is currently deciding whether that trial should begin in the summer or if it should wait until potentially after the presidential election, in which case Donald Trump could win office and then just snap his fingers and the case is gone. But the special counsel is trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. And one of the ways that he's doing that is by stressing that Donald Trump's claim that he had absolute immunity to steal hundreds of classified documents is on its face ridiculous, and it's clearly being put forward as a means to delay the trial. He says it is so wholly without merit that it's difficult to understand it except as part of a strategic effort for delay, hoping that she will accept that and move forward expeditiously. Smith's office asked Judge Aileen Cannon to certify his new immunity claim as frivolous, which would foreclose the former president's avenue for an immediate appeal that would delay the trial. An immunity claim is one of the few issues that, if appealed, could derail a trial. And look, it is ridiculous on its face, but a lot of judges, including the Supreme Court recently, have been pretending that there might be merit to it. And we do have to bear in mind in this case that it's Aileen Cannon. She has shown a willingness to go above and beyond any sort of ethical obligations or guidelines in trying to manipulate this case to benefit Donald Trump. So we'll see how that goes. We know that the Supreme Court is going to be taking up the immunity claim on a separate trial, the January 6th trial on April 25th. So we still have more than a month to wait for that.
A lot of mainstream media don't give you honest news. We do. You know why? Because of you. Paid membership on YouTube makes all the difference. Hit the join button below and you become the hero that sustains us.
Francesca, starting with you, what do you think about this update?
I mean, yes, I had forgotten about it, but again, this is one of the more egregious and stupid of the crimes that Donald Trump has committed. And I realize that is, it's a high bar there. There's a lot of dumb ones, but this is the dumbest. This was like I want this for show and tell to my friends / spies trying to get in a word with me at Mar-a-Lago. Buying my loyalty as they sip down impossibly disgusting cocktails. So, and watch me cheat at golf. And the other thing is I think that they go on and on about Nada, right? Like Donald Trump's right-hand guy was this guy named Walt Nada, and Nada's very much in deep doo-doo over this. So why shouldn't Trump be? It is the most throwing this guy under the bus when he just carried out the wishes of the former president. But again, we're gonna see how the Supreme Court handles the immunity case when it comes to this president. And I think I don't know, John, I mean, Maz, what do you guys think? I think they will not allow him to have presidential immunity, but it will succeed, as we saw, in punting the rest of these cases farther and farther down the line. So ultimately after November, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, these guys, listen, his defense team is using the strategy that some of us use when we get the letter to go be on a jury. If you delay it long enough, maybe it'll go away. And so they've been doing that with everything. This immunity case is just the fact that he wasn't even president when this happened. The classified documents happened after he was president. And then he admits his own guilt by saying, well, I actually declassified it before I took it with me. It's just a complete mess. And there shouldn't even be a question. It's so crazy. It's so obvious. It's and then the false equivalency that his supporters do. They go, well, Biden had classified documents, but Mike Pence had classified documents. Yeah, but when they were asked to return them, they returned them. They did not obstruct justice. It's like somebody is gonna, arrest some people with drugs, and one person goes, look, I got it, here you go. This is how it came about. And that person might end up getting more leniency versus the guy who runs and starts shooting to try, and then hides it in his bathroom. That guy's gonna get taken down. And then they keep going and they go, oh, this is the politicization of the Department of Justice. No, your guy would not be getting pursued if he hadn't committed any crimes. It just doesn't, it's never happened. There hasn't been any president ever in the history of the United States that's committed so many crimes. And then he has the gall to turn around and go, why are you investigating me? Because you're a criminal. You're a crook. You are worse than Nixon. And so I'm happy that Smith is the prosecutor is going after him, and I hope they keep going. And you're right, we've got the uphill battle. This guy's the luckiest dude in the world. He's got Eileen Cannon, who is a hack over there, who's trying to support him and save him. He's very much the road runner, and I feel like we're Wile E. Coyote. But it's time Wiley finally caught that road runner. Maybe it'll happen.
I like it. I wasn't sure exactly where you were going with that metaphor, but I liked it in the end. Yeah, 100%. The weirdest thing about all of this is not that he broke the law, it's that he seemingly spent every moment breaking a variety of laws. Like, how did you commit so many crimes? A week ago, when I was reminded of the hush money trial, I thought, I had forgotten that one. Like, I didn't even, there's so many floating out there. How did you do all this? And look, some of it he's already lost. Remember, of course, a jury found that he had sexually abused E. Jean Carroll, which bothers literally zero MAGA people. They don't care that he raped this woman and then spent decades lying about it. Super weird, but he did owe quite a lot as a result of that. And he has put forward the actual bond for the $91.6 million. It'll end up costing him more. That's how bonds work. He's gonna have to pay interest and all that, a fee to the bonding company. But it was backed by the Chubb company, an insurance giant who chose to name itself that. In any event, if he loses the appeal, he's gonna have to make good on the money that they backed. Theoretically though, if the appeal works the way that he thinks it might, or that Alina Habba thinks it might, then maybe he'll end up owing less or maybe nothing. And that's the $91.6 million, the nearly $500 million that he owes in the New York civil fraud case. That's due in a little bit less than 3 weeks. So it remains to be seen if he'll be able to get that one backed. But he did for the smaller one. Super fast reaction, starting with you, Francesca.
I mean, Lara Trump is now a co-chair, so he's gonna be able to pay that money back. And good for Chubb, whose name I'm now somehow Googling. I think it should be more like Chud. That's more like on the nose, MAGA Chud. But yeah, he coughed it up. That's all I have to say. They eventually coughed it up, and they will probably have to cough up more.
Yeah,
he's going to be selling a lot of shoes, John. He's got to sell a lot of shoes. But these guys, again, I think let's work on Trump grifter, Donald grifter. I just want people to use that because he's the biggest grifter, and I hope that every strategy that they have in court backfires. I really do. I've never had so much animosity for a human being in my life. I was talking to somebody today about we all have close people that we love, and then people that you love that end up getting sick, and you're like, my God, that person is sick, and they're not in a good state, and they might pass away. And I go, I would never wish because then meanwhile you have a lot of bad people who keep living. And I go, I would never wish anybody dies. But I go, but I got a list. And I don't want to go any further. I don't like the karma of it all. But he's just the worst human being in the world.
But the happiest day of the last 5 years of my life was when Donald Trump had COVID and got that, yes.
Oh, what a great day.
I realized that my daughter was born in the last 5 years. I stand by what I said.
She's still top 5.
There you go.